Flag on the culture. Aaron, man, we got a great one in store, man. How you doing, though?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Flag on the culture. We back at it again tonight, man, we got a special guest tonight, man. And I wanted you to introduce our special guest introduce our special guest to the people, let them know who he is. And we also want to, man, most of all, thank God for allowing us to, had the creativity to come up with this platform, but also we want to thank our special guests who have came on previously, in the past, present, and the near future. Man, we want to just thank y'all so much for taking your times out of y'all days, nights, evenings, just for showing Flag on the culture some love, man, as we continue to grow.
Yeah, man. Our guest today, man, prolific athlete, still active. Man, has defeated or overcome over any odds, overlooked. I don't know why he's overlooked. He has the stats, he has the pedigree, but he continues to do it at a high level, man. And sky's the limits for this young man, and we appreciate him being on the show, man. Without further ado, we're gonna have Vernon Adams Jr., the one and only from Pasadena, man.
Vernon Adams, man, Skeet.
What
Yeah,
up?
man.
Oh, man.
What's good, man? Let the people know who you are, man. Let the people know what you're doing right now, man. We
Yeah,
know who you are, just.
that's what's up, man. I've been waiting to get on this. So, I've been seeing y'all all online. I've been watching from afar, showing love, so it's dope what y'all doing. But, yeah, man, Vernon Adams Jr., big play VA, Pasadena where the grass is greener, Robinson Park, you know what I'm saying? Bishop Alamany went out to the private school. We're going to get into it. And, yeah, I'm CFL 11 years pro now. So, yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man,
Yeah,
VA,
man.
appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you for coming on, man. I always gotta have my boy on, regardless if it's squirm jams or you throwing flags on the culture, man. My boy always showing love, man.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question, man. I want to jump right into it, man. Who or what inspired you to play quarterback? Because as long as I've been knowing you, you've been a quarterback. We've had family events. You was a quarterback. You had the first pick every single time. Like it was, you get what I'm saying? It was him always, Skeet, and then we had to figure out somebody else to be the second string, or he was sometimes all-time quarterback. But it's not too many kids that got that gift, and it's not too many people that understand their position at such a young age, bro. Like, who or what inspired you to know that you was a quarterback so early?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. My dad really, he's the first one I would say. I always wanted to be the athlete. I wanted to play receiver, running back, DB, and my dad would always tell me like, you you're gonna make more money playing quarterback. If you make it, you're gonna make more money playing quarterback. And it's millions of DBs and receivers and stuff, and it's like hundreds of thousands of quarterbacks. So you got a better chance at making that quarterback if you're not as athletically gifted. And so it was him who really put me into it. He was playing baseball all his life. He never played quarterback, so he was teaching me terrible mechanics, all type of stuff. But he got me into the QB mind, you know what I'm saying? But the quarterback I would say that made me stay into it and I just kept watching him is Lance Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Like he played for the Ponies, Coach Dave, legend. You know what I'm saying? And he went to Mirror, played there, and I used to always go to the games all the time. So my dad coached there too. He coached at Mirror. Before I went to Alamany, I was supposed to go to Mirror. And yeah, man. So I just watched Lance, and he ended up playing safety at Oregon State, stuff like that. But I would say them two for sure at a young age.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get into that because you mentioned going into Alamany, which is a private school, and not going to the public school. You did some great things at Alamany, man. First time leading that school to a 12-game win. You did your thing there, but the thing is, it was at Alamany. What made you go there rather than staying in Pasadena, like you said, possibly going to Mir?
Right, right. That's a great question, and I know it's a question that everybody have asked some of the guys and the parents out in the city. My argument is one, I'm 14 years old, so I don't have the choice to say,
Yeah,
"Hey, Dad, Mom, I'm not going there. Like I'm going here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to Mirror. Dad, you went to Mirror. Why I can't go to Mirror? You know what I'm saying? Type thing. You know, that's the first thing I'm gonna say. So it's really, you know, my parents who took us out there for the better reason and things like that. But how it all shook out was, you know, I was driving back to the house up Loma Alta, and we ran into Coach Fred. You know, Coach Fred, he got all the kids. He ran into Coach Marvel. Malcolm was already out there. You know what I'm saying? Another Robinson legend. You know what I'm saying? He was already out at Alamany, and he told Fred, and we ran into him. He told us, he said, let's just go take this trip and let's go check it out, you know. And we ended up going out there, and we were carpooling out there. It was about 8 of us the first year, and then it just got bigger and bigger each year. But yeah, man, honestly, like it really wasn't my choice. You know, I was practicing with Mir that summer, 8th grade going into 9th for like the first, like June. And then after that, they pulled me and we went out there. So that's really what it is. Really what it was. Honestly, like I could have did the same thing at Mir. Who knows, you know, but who knows how my life would end up. I could have been in the NFL if I'd have went to Mir, you know.
Yeah.
I could have been worse. I could have not been in CFL, NFL, anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's good or bad. Who knows? But I think how I was acting around 8th grade and stuff like that, that probably helped my parents. They seen I was a follower. You know what I'm saying? Like I had some homies, you know, that was in the gangs like we all do, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And not saying they bad dudes or anything. That's just the life they chose. And I was never a gang member, but you know, I was following them dudes. I was a follower at a young age, thinking, oh, okay, oh, this is cool. Let me do this. But my dad just really wasn't having it, and he was like, I think this is the best opportunity because young Vern doesn't have a mind for himself right now. He's being a follower. He probably just gonna follow into whatever anybody's doing. And yeah, so I think at the time that was the best thing to do for me.
So
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
so you man, I love that, man. And it's you started off saying it's an argument, but for me that's not an argument. That's a fact. That's a reason. That's a reason behind what you're doing. But over the years, man, you developed your own youth. You developed your own kids. You've had your own children. Um, and you've made decisions for your children that your parents had to make for you when you were younger. What are some things as a parent that you fully believe that what are some things as a parent that you feel followed you from the way you were raised?
Yeah, first things first is discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was very um tough love, I would call it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I give my kids. Like the moms, you know, they give you the love you up. You know, my dad rough, and then your mom coming in like it's okay, baby, like it's okay. You know, that's how I kind of operate my house because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm physical or anything like that. I do stuff like, hey, get on the wall in the squat, hands out until you know they legs are shaking type thing, and they get mad and stuff. And I'm like, son, like I'm teaching you discipline that you need to listen, not tease your little brother or not do this and break this. And you're also getting stronger as well. You know what I'm saying? They starting to understand things like that. So I think that was the biggest thing with me was discipline. My dad was a lot more physical with me. Not I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? They made me more disciplined, you know, and I just felt like as a parent, it's like you want to choose different things to raise your kid. Not everything works, you know, like y'all kids might like this and it might work for them, but my kids not the same. You know what I'm saying? Or my parents think they did this with me, so I got to do this with my kids. Like, and it's just not like that. Every kid's gonna be different. But to answer your question, bro, is discipline. That's the number one thing with me.
But I want to go back to the private schools because now kids and parents go because they feel that it is more superior coaching at private schools than at public schools. Do you think when you went to Alamany that was the case? You know, as far as more superior coaching then?
I wouldn't say that at all. You might have guys who have a bigger resume at the time, you know, like a Dean Harrington, who was my coach, who I love and still talk to every single, you know, every day, but a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's still my guy who has a great resume, you know, but I wouldn't say it's better coach. You still got former players on both coaching staffs. So it just really depends on the experience the coaches have, the type of coaches they bring in. Obviously, Mir has done some good things and won championships. Alamany has done the private schools. They both done some good things and bad things in different years. So it really just, I wouldn't say, oh, it's superior. I'm not going to say that because I had some coaches out there at Alamany that I was like, that you think about another stuff they was telling us, they was dumb as rocks, you know what I'm saying? But they was there. They had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about in life, period. Opportunity. You get the opportunity, you got the right agent, you know the right person. It's all about opportunity and what you do with it. So no superiorness there. Just right opportunity.
My facts.
Man, I love to hear that, man. I love man, so it has been a lot of conversation about I think you guys I think you guys kind of started the generation with guys our age. I know Malcolm is a couple years older than us, but I think we're around the same age. But you guys kind of started that like private school stuff, taking the kids from Pasadena, and it only came from how well you guys achieved out there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel? What do you feel like? We had David Long on, and he said, he felt like he kind of took away from Pasadena. How do you feel now that you have succeeded in where you are and how you've done within your career? How do you feel about Pasadena? And we know that you have given back, but some people don't know that you haven't given back. But how much more enhanced would your give back be if you stayed in Pasadena?
Yeah, that's good, man. I love the city, man. Grew up there, man. We've given back, especially the first few years, mainly the beginning of my career. You know what I'm saying? Did a few camps. You helped me out. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Be real with y'all. Like the only reason why I haven't like been as much lately, I just felt like since I'm in the CFL, we got bigger guys. You got guys in the NFL, stuff like that. I'm in the CFL or whatever, like the young kids or even the adults, like they don't really respect that or like show love to that. Even the camp that we did at Mir, like a lot of the kids was from the valley. Like when I really looked at all the pictures and everything, a lot of the kids was from the valley. Like I thought it would have been more Pasadena kids. I want to be there for the Pasadena kids. Like all the coaches that was at Robinson for the ponies and everything. Like I expect them to, come out. It's a free camp for you guys. I'm trying to get you guys right and give back. We gave back shirts, just gear, everything. You know what I'm saying? And we had a bunch of leftover too. So it's never. I don't want to give back or nothing, bro. It's just. I want to feel like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, it's appreciation, give it to you guys, let's do it. I have no problem, bro. I had no problem donating to any of the high schools in Pasadena, any of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do want to get back. I've been talking to Akeem, Akeem, bro. So we've been talking to him a lot, trying to get the film stuff and trying to get more camps, talking to Coach Jason up there for the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? He's very involved with the youth and stuff like that. So we're gonna see, try to get one going again here soon.
Yeah, and real quick, man, I heard you say like it was a lot of kids from the valley. But what do you think? What do you think you can do to help the kids understand that you are soil from Pasadena to allow more kids to come out? Because just between us, I honestly think you start the quarterback era of quarterbacks coming out of Pasadena with you staying home. It's not a problem with you leaving. It's not a problem with you going anywhere else. Mm-hmm. But I think that you start that era because we all got we only DBs in the league. Like if you really think about it, like we only DBs in the league, but the person that started it fell back to, you get what I'm saying? Even though we might have a few that did go out to other schools and still accomplish dreams and things like that. Man, I just think what is something that you want to do to allow the new generation of Pasadena kids to understand and give you more respect? What is something that we could do, or what is something that we more as a unit could do to allow these people to understand that Big Play VA is a legend from Pasadena, and he's willing to help and he wants to help. And man, we want y'all to understand we did start here, but like we said, a lot of things were out of our control, so we couldn't stay here if we wanted to. So what is something that you want to do better to allow these kids to know who you are?
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's just getting back to doing the camps, you know, and I would like to do like all the pro guys, like we did, you know, we had all the pro guys, the college guys, we all came together. Like I would like to do that, you know, and it just we all on different schedules and stuff, and with their OTAs and all that, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, you know, I'm not looking and begging for respect or nothing like that, bro. Like I'm like I said, I love the city, you know what I'm saying? I love the people there. It's just getting back to do it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here. I got 4 kids. I live up here in Washington. I got 4 kids, you know, and things like that. But yeah, if we could get together and we all do the camps again for the kids, like I'm all on board for getting back down and doing that easy. You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned in Washington. I want to talk about that because, bro, you did some amazing things when you played at Alamany. How did it come about? I read that you really only had 2 offers, and it wasn't at the FBS level, bro. What was that process of you coming out of high school and being recruited during this time?
Yeah, like you said, I only had 2 offers: Eastern Washington, Portland State. And I originally committed to Portland State because how much fun I had on the trip. Like, you know, I'm from the city boy. We in Portland. We downtown Portland. We living it up. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Hey, yeah, yeah. It was one of those trips. But anyway, I committed in the party too. I'm like, I'm going to Portland State. Boom. I come home. I got my Portland State jacket on. They gave me some cleats illegally, like give me some stuff on the side. Boom, boom, boom. I tell my dad, like, how was the trip? I'm like, it's good. He like, what's all that? I said, I committed to Portland. He said, oh yeah, that's cool, but you're not going there. You're going to Eastern Washington. I'm like, dang, like what you mean? He said Portland State went. They went 1-11. Eastern Washington beat them 56-0, and Eastern Washington just won the national title. And Eastern Washington had an All-American quarterback, All-American coach who used to be a quarterback in college. He like, why wouldn't you want to go there? Portland State's OC or their quarterback coach played O-line back in the day. He said, how you going to let an O-lineman teach you how to play quarterback, son? Yeah. I'm like, damn, man, now I got to come out here with all these cows and horses and doing this country stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up loving it, bro. It was awesome, bro. Seeing the snow, all these different. I remember the first time it snowed at practice, bro. Everybody was looking at me like, "Look at VA." I'm like, "We in the snow at practice, bro." It's the journey.
Felt like he was in a snow globe.
It's the journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there with all my country friends and everything like that, and just experiencing things I never thought I would have done because I was a city boy going up here. Just this is what we know. You know what I'm saying? We know this. That's that. We don't know all this. There's other stuff out in the wild or whatever, you know. And so,
Man.
yeah, bro, it was a great experience. Yeah,
So that's awesome because that gives perspective because your dad, he has guided you, and that definitely, you know, your career, like you said, it might be different trajectories, right? You going to Portland State.
yeah.
But how do you see the college landscape now with transfer portal, NIL, like because there is parents who are letting their children pick, right, or they're letting the parent pick based off of the wrong reasons. What advice could you share with these student athletes, right, to help them guide them to make the best decision in this game right now?
Yeah, bro, that's tough, man. Cause with all this NIL money stuff, like is, you know, in the transfer portal, I know a lot of these high school kids are getting screwed over. So that sucks if you're not a top guy. And like, I low key started the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? Because I went from
Dang, I was gonna say that.
Transferred up to Oregon, and I was like one of the first ones. Russell did it from Wisconsin to
Wisconsin,
North Carolina to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I was right, you know, a couple years after him, but I went up, you know, and then after that, that's when all that stuff started, you know. And then the NIL, like it's crazy, you know. It's a lot of these kids getting paid more than me. They getting paid more than damn near everybody in the CFL. And I'm like, these kids is 18, 19 years old. Like, so honestly, to the parents, like, I get it, you know. The parents are like, damn, like, he gonna help change our life. He take this $2 million deal, like, shoot, I'm getting half of that. Like, you know, I
Right.
raised him, so I'm getting half. So it's like, you know, it's hard. You know, you do got to go with your gut feeling. You know what I'm saying? But you just don't want to be too greedy. You get
Yeah.
your money, but go with your gut feeling, because you know intuition. Like, you know, this coach, he's slimy. I could tell by the way he's shaking my hand. He offering me 3.8 million, but this coach offered me $1 million. But I can see how family oriented he is, and I can see he just mean business. So if my son messes up, my son's done, and he's out of there. You know, it's just different little decisions. Just trusting your gut for real.
Man, I like that you said that, man. And I don't wanna make you feel like it's a regret or anything, but just a decision like based like just a decision based topic, man. Like with NIL and the transfer portal being a thing now, like, do you think you would have transferred from Eastern Washington a lot sooner if they would have had the same rules now back then?
Yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? It's money, bro. Like, especially where we come from, bro. Like dirt poor, but I ain't have the way my kids got it. Where I got
Yeah.
it from my kids, I ain't have it like that. I ain't
Yeah.
have it like that. You know what I'm saying? So even my scholars check, when I seen my first scholar check, we got it for the tuition. It was $4,000 in my bank account. I said,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm rich." Bro, that shit was gone fast. It
Quick.
was gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I had
Man.
to learn how to manage my money. They don't
Yeah.
teach you how to manage your money in high school. They teach you all this other stuff. Just, you know what I'm saying? They don't teach you basic human skills in high school. Back, it's craziness, you know. So yeah, bro. That's it, man. Just managing that, and yeah.
Hey, I like to say that. Cooper Cup is not a Super Bowl champ without Vernon Adams Jr.
Mm.
And I'm not being biased to knowing you more than knowing him, but who is gonna throw him the ball and allow him to do all that at Eastern Washington and allow him to, you know what I'm saying? So what was it like having somebody man, what was it like having let me see a Batman and Robin out there, man? I've had it at DB before with, you know, a guy from Pasadena before, but what is it like having a Batman and Robin out there and then just to see both of you guys succeed, man?
Yeah, bro. Coop, something else, man. He's always had like the best work ethic that I've seen, you know what I'm saying, more than the quarterback, especially at that time when I was in college. I wasn't studying. The way I prepare now is completely different than what I did in college. In college, I was the best player and I just didn't have to. So I was just like, and I had Coop. So it was like, I was the best player and he was the best player. So it was like, we just go out there and ball. But he was already doing that, bro. He was staying up late. He was watching film late. He was doing all this stuff that the quarterbacks is supposed to be doing, you know, and like I just knew he was gonna be special, you know, and honestly, he did play one season without me. So was it one or two?
I think he played one season without you, but I think the numbers with you and him was off the Richter scale.
It
So
definitely was, but in even without me though, he still was over 1,000 and over 10 touchdowns. So like, you know, I yeah, we went crazy. Me and him went crazy, but he
yeah,
definitely
he still
he
had that
that
work
dude.
ethic.
You know what I'm saying? He that dude. He gonna get his. He might be slowing down a little bit as we all do as we get older, but bro, he definitely a top two receiver I've ever played with.
Yeah, but he's slowing down at home, so that's a good thing,
Yeah,
man. He
yeah.
not too far at home. So
So VA man, let's ask this, bro, because like you said, you did transfer up. Now you chose Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Was Oregon paying you then, or it was just like, hey, I just want to move up? We can talk about it. We can talk about
Talk
it.
about it now, shit. I did have to go around the corner get a little. They said, hey, man, around the corner, but Oh, boy, what? Come on, man. Like 50 from the donor. I said
Yeah.
55, like 52 to be exact. And I'm like,
Hmm.
all right, all right. Boom, I sent my mom some. I sent her like 5. My sister's like, here, here. Like, bro, that went quick too. But
Yeah.
because it's like you see him play for the first time. But yeah, I could just imagine if I was there today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I was there today, like, man, boy, them boys getting paid. And it's like the kids don't even have to leave for the draft
Yeah.
early because they're gonna get paid more if you at a bigger school.
And
You're gonna get
college
paid
is
more
fun.
in
And
college.
college is
Mhm.
fun.
College is fun,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
like, come on, man, it's different. Yeah,
I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here.
me too.
So let me ask you this, because, bro, I don't think you when you played, especially at Eastern Washington, right? You was offensive player, big player of the year, Big Sky player of the year twice, right? You did broke records up there. Went to Oregon, still high profile. You know, your name was big at this time. If you were in this day and age, would you leverage that more? Because we talk about it, how I think the kids in college have they can leverage the land going to the NFL. And the
Mhm.
NFL is it's not only about you playing, but it's also a business. And
Mhm.
at this time, you are the top guy in college football. It doesn't matter what position you were. So people want notoriety. They want to be able to put butts in the seats,
Mhm.
right? Do you think if you would have thought in your mind, hey, I can leverage this and I can hold back as much as I can so I can really, put myself in a good situation, regardless if it works out for me in the NFL or not.
Yeah. I think nowadays these kids they can have representation. You know what I'm saying? And I would think if I'm young 22-year-old, 21-year-old, maybe I wouldn't, but I would hope my agent would. You know, think of that. And if it was me now, like today, like yeah, I definitely. But like back then, like with the Damon Williams situation from Washington, like I don't really read into it, but I know it has something to do with money. He committed, then he came out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and his agent dropped him because he did that without him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's things like that. You got to be on the same page with your representation. And but I definitely, if I knew I wasn't going top 5, I would stay for another year because you're going to get paid more than those guys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get paid more than if you're out of Florida, you're out of Tennessee, any of these SEC schools, Big Ten schools. You know what I'm saying? That are really paying guys like come on, like Indiana, like what they only got the four stars or something like that. Don't really have that many. But Mark Cuban just dropped that bag on them next year. They gonna have some 5 stars over there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have some 5 stars over there. So yeah, I would definitely sit another year and get that bag if I wasn't top 5.
Man, you went to some NFL, you went to try out for some NFL teams, man, and that's a dream. That's a dream of all of ours. Um, where do you think I'm gonna say it was politics involved, which I fully know. Um, that's from my personal decision from the outside looking in. But now that we have you here on Flag on the Culture, man, I just want to ask you, like, how much of a role did politics play in you not being drafted in the NFL or undrafted or anything like that?
Yeah, politics honestly plays a part in most things in life, bro. And I'm gonna be real. It did play a part, but it wasn't the biggest part. Honestly, if I'm being real, it was me. After my senior season, after we played the Alamo Bowl, we lost. We was up 31-0. I got a concussion. They came back and beat us in triple overtime. I hate talking about it, but that's what
Hey,
happened.
bro, I meant to tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
That was the last time that I gambled, and I never gamble again in my life.
Damn.
I fell
A lot of
asleep
people.
knowing
A lot of
that you
people be
had the
telling me that.
game. You had the game. You had the game. I fell asleep. I knew because it was like, bro, I've never betted before. So I put like $50 down on like a 10-game parlay, and your game was the last game that I needed to win for like 50 grand.
Mm.
I'm like, this nigga, go ahead. Go ahead.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyways, that happened. So, boom. I'm getting ready for the draft. I'm training down at Stars in Anaheim down there before the whole situation happened down there. But I'm training down there, and I'm thinking I made it already. My agent, he giving me a stipend every month. He got me in the BMW. I'm training with a few like second, third rounders. They end up being second, third rounders. Juju Smith-Schuster out there. Like, I'm thinking I made it already. Be real with you. I think I made it. Before I left Oregon, I got a bag from the donor. Boom. So we in the club every other weekend. We training, but I'm not really training. My show, like, it's just a lot of excuses, right? I go to the combine. They want me to be at like 200, and I'm like 190 at the time, like a week or two before. So my agent just like throwing pasta in my face, like, you got to eat this pasta. You got to be at 200. Boom, boom. Night before the combine, we in Indianapolis, eating hella pasta. Boom, boom. So I'm getting there. You know, you get there, you got to do the weigh in, take your shirt off, and do all this stuff. You know, all the scouts and owners are looking at you like it's some.
Yeah, just some weird shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some modern day
Slavery.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, they looking, boom, but I'm out in shape, bro. I'm not taking the training serious. I'm drinking, I'm doing all this stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing, you know, and so I throw well, but I didn't run fast. I'm a 5'10" quarterback. Like, I ran a 4'8". I ran a 4.82 or something like that. It's like, come on, man, you 5'10", short black quarterback. At this stage, no short black quarterbacks really doing a thing. Russell just getting in the league, he doing his thing like first couple of years, but like before Russ, we ain't no short black quarterbacks. So I'm like the second one, and I run a 4.8. They're like, nah, bro, like you didn't come here prepared. You didn't take this training seriously. Boom. I threw okay, but that's not going to do enough. They want to see some stuff popping out as a short black quarterback, you know? And yeah, bro. So I'll just say it was really on me. I wasn't locked in and focused. If I had the mentality and preparation and will that I have today, bro, and it'd be a different story. It'd be a different story. If this was me 10 years ago, like, there'd be a complete different story, bro. Locked in, everything. You know, it's just, I'm completely different. I was just out, not doing the right thing. So then I go to, like you said, tryouts for the Seahawks and the Redskins at the time. I went crazy in both of those camps. And that's when I knew it was politics. So I went crazy in those. But they also remember, like, he didn't take this stuff seriously when he was supposed to. When he was supposed to come up here and be ripped and ready to go and run a 4.5 as a 5'10" quarterback, like, you know, then they would have took me seriously. Like, okay, boom, he gonna be a pro. But that was on me, you know, and so I had to learn. But I never had nobody. I was the first one in my whole family to go to university. First one to go on scholarship. First one to play pro. You know, my parents didn't make it past high school, so I ain't had no big brothers. I ain't had no uncles or nobody who made it. No one ever sat there and taught me how to be a quarterback and how to be a leader. I've always been a DB playing quarterback. Like, I've always been the party animal out and doing this like I was in college and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just not doing the right things. Like, yeah, I made the plays on the field, but off the field, I wasn't the leader I was supposed to be yet. I had to learn this. I had to go pro, get traded, cut 3, 4, 5 teams to really understand, Vernon, if you're going to be the face of this franchise, you have to look like this. I don't care. This is what it is. It's called code switching. You know, you got to understand, hey, if you got to lead this franchise like a man, and you got to take it on the chin, wins and losses. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to conduct yourself in a respectful way, understand everybody looking at you, you know, and I just had to learn that, bro. Nobody was teaching me. I'm young Vern and just doing stuff. So, but I'll never change my journey for nothing, man. I can't wait, you know, till I can win the championship and retire years from now and write a book. And I done brought my family to Montreal, Calgary, all these different places in Canada, bro, that they never thought they was coming to Canada. They didn't know I was gonna go to Oregon. They weren't supposed to go to Arizona State and go in a triple overtime win, and we going crazy, things like this. It's just the journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all my friends who've been to games and stuff, like places they've never been, because I'm playing pro football. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I enjoy the journey, and I wouldn't do it again, but I would definitely tell the young bucks how not to do it how I did it.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Can you give some advice or share, because and we're going to talk about the CFL, which is a different beast. And shout out to you, bro, because 11 years playing anywhere, man, professionally, it's taxing on the body. You got to be doing something right, and like you said, you understand it now. You got that discipline. Um, there's a lot of people, and you mentioned it earlier. There's a lot of people from where we're from, man. If you don't go to NFL, they don't treat you like like those who go to the NFL, regardless
Yeah.
if their career is long or not. Me and Aaron, we played in an arena league, and playing pro is playing pro ball at the end of the day. There's
Yeah.
only so many opportunities that you get after you graduate from college. So can you share, bro, how it's not done right if you don't make it in NFL. There's other opportunities like the CFL, IFL, or anything like that where you can still get opportunities if you want to get to the next level to the NFL.
That's facts. That's facts all the way. And I'm glad, they did the UFL, they had the AAF and all that stuff, because it's more jobs for everybody, bro. And then it's so many ballers out there that's on the couch and stuff like that. And it's more jobs, bro. NFL is not the end, yes, the highest that we all dream to be at. You know what I'm saying? But hey, there's politics, and then you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? But you can get there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen guys go from the AFL to the CFL and now in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They got a starting corner for the Falcons. I forgot buddy's name, but he played for Winnipeg for a couple years. Now he's starting for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's different ways you can get there, but also knowing the right people. Like if your agent is locked in, that's going to help tremendously. And then you balling out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I do want to say to kids real quick too is like, some people will be like, oh, I need the opportunity. I need the opportunity. People need to realize that everyone's opportunity is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Me and Johnny Manziel was in the same quarterback room. Johnny he's dope. He's a cool dude. But I didn't see Johnny make so many mistakes, and just like not just mistakes, but just like, nah, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. But they won't say nothing. But when the practice squad quarterback do that same thing, he can ripped. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is this, blah, 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 you cut. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta realize your opportunity might be like this, and his might be like this. So it ain't no time to be like, oh, I messed up, coach. Yeah, that's not the time for that. You have to lock in, and you just got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Once you make that little opportunity get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Bro, I came in fourth on the depth chart in 2018. You fourth on the depth chart, you're about to be out of there. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? We only keeping 3 quarterbacks. Worked my way all the way up to second string by the first game of the season. Second game of the season, I was starting in 2019, and I've been a starter since 2019 to 2026 now in the CFL. So it's like, I knew they was about to cut me. I got into it with my GM. I tweeted out, I got the worst GM in the history of sports. Y'all don't do that, kids. Don't do that. I did that. And it's just like over some money and stuff like that. And so it was just like, man, I got to lock in. I got to grow up. I got to do this. And that was the year where I really said, okay, let me lock in and be a real quarterback, And yeah, so multiple ways to get to the league, but lock in opportunities like this, let's go. Don't matter.
And I'm glad you shared that about the GMs and stuff like that, man, because I also want to say, do you ever feel like if guys like you don't put their foot down, that they will continue to bully guys like that?
Absolutely, bro. Like, all the GMs are the same, bro. You're their guy till you're not. You know what I'm saying? They're all the same. Like, they gonna sweet talk you and do all this, da da da, until you lose a step, until you getting hurt too much, and then they on to the next guy, bro. And that's just how it is. Like, it's all business. You can never think, oh, me and this, we locked in. But at the end of the day, they'll do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? What they do to Tom Brady? He done all them years there, all them championships there, and they just let him walk. And he go win a championship on the other team first year. Like, I mean, if it's loyalty, you ain't gonna do it to Tom Brady at all. People, you did it to Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hard feelings. You just got to understand you're representing yourself too, and you're a business. You are a business, bro. And if you're in that position to be at the top and have the leverage in negotiations, and I know I'm getting into a lot more, but like you got to use that. You have to use it because they're going to treat you like a business. So you got to treat them like a business. I just was in contract negotiations with my team last week, and they wanted me to do something. And I said, okay, I could do it if I get this. I knew I had the leverage, so they had to do it. And that's what it is. We're both happy with the contract we got, and we just move forward from that.
Yeah.
Man, how important is it to have leverage not only in the locker room but leverage in life, man? Like how important is that? And either one of you guys can answer. This is for mainly just to give off to help other people out to understand if they're afraid to speak up or if they're afraid to talk to people or if some people working for somebody and they feel like he's mean but never met this person or never talked to this person. How important is leverage outside a locker room in business, in a business locker room, even in a retail place? How important is leverage?
Leverage to me is very important, but you have to put yourself in that position. You know what I'm saying? You can't just expect yourself or think, oh, I'm just gonna come to the table like this. No, you gotta work to get your leverage. I worked 11 years to get my leverage. I taught myself how to be a pro and get my leverage and go to the playoffs every single year since I've been a starter. Just little things like selling tickets, bringing more people. They want to see big plays. That's my name, Big Play VA. You know what I'm saying? My team, Calgary, this past year, before I got here, the year before, they was last in the league in big plays. This past year, we was first in the league in big plays. You think this? You think the fans is no disrespect to my O line? Shout out to the big dogs. But you think they coming to see the O line? No, they coming to see the big plays. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself in position to do that, to have the leverage and say, hey, I've done this for you. I've exceeded this. You told me you wanted me to do this. You said, let's get 9 wins. We went from 4 wins to 11. We just want to get 9 wins, VA. We got 11. You know what I'm saying? I exceeded your expectations. You know what I'm saying? So I had the leverage. And y'all, people in life can do it too. I'm not going to sit here. That's all I really know is football for real. But life, I don't got the perfect life. None of us do. We all got something we going through. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's even watching this, you don't look at us like we perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody's life is different. I got a lot of shit I'm going through right now, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm waking up every day. You see all the crazy stuff on the internet and just stuff that's going on over here. People getting bombed, kids starving. We complaining about little stuff. Like
Yeah.
I think I've done a great job in the last few years of really just even in bad moments. We losing 36-6 on the sideline. I'm just on the sideline. I'm playing my worst game. But I'm like, thank you, God, for this lesson. Thank you, Jesus, for this lesson. This is a lesson, Jesus. Thank you. After every series, I done threw 3 picks in a row. Thank you, Jesus. Like, help me try to shake it, but thank you. Just thank you. That's it, bro. We alive. We are alive, bro. Like, and when somebody die, life keep going. If I was to die, they gonna play that football game the next day. They gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. That's just what it is. So it's like I'm just so grateful for life and for my journey. This opportunity to be on here talking to y'all boys, like it is what it is, bro. Gratitude and working for your leverage. That's it.
Oh, that's big. That's big. To bring it in like business and not sports related. And I think Vernon said it perfectly though, but put it in context for that. You have to be of value, right? You have to bring value to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, if you make a place better, also get the data because you can't be emotional like, oh, I deserve this. Show the
Yeah.
data.
Yeah.
When you show that data, when you show the metrics, they cannot deny you, right?
And,
Because even if they do deny you, you can go somewhere else and look. This is what I did. Now this creates leverage.
mm-hmm.
in aspects. And the thing is, leverage is good because you have options. When you have options, that's when you can kind of control your own destiny. You know, God has the ultimate say so. But when you are pigeonholed in one position, you know, people feel like they can control you. That's why leverage is important in life, you know, and building relationships. So when you first, it starts with value, and then getting that data, meeting those expectations, whatever it is, right? And once you do that, then you can start walking a little more confidently when you talk to people. And at the same time, I will say this, because, and we talked about this in football. Football is a business, but we take it personal. We can't take business personal. At the end
Yep.
of the day, we got to be able to separate the two and understand this is business right here, and whatever happens, I'm not taking it personal, and I can kind of cut it off. We need to be able to separate the two and understand, you know, they're not hand in hand. And once we're able to do that, we're gonna be powerful, man. Everybody's gonna be powerful for sure, for sure.
No, that's facts. That is facts, bro. It's yeah, you got to make business decisions, especially out on that football field. You know, you got to make a business decision because they do it too. They do it too.
Exactly.
I always tell my young rooks like, hey, you know your body, do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Don't go out there because they training staff talking about we need you, like we need you, like da-da-da. You go out there and you break your ankle even more off of it. It was sprained. Now you break it. Now you're out for the whole year.
Yeah.
So hey, you know your body. If you don't feel right, make a business decision and sit out. We'll be all right. Next man up. That's it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
bro, I believe it was the beginning of this season or last season. I can't remember. Bro, you talked about big plays. You still doing at a high level. I remember, I think it was either week one or week two. You got out of the, like, two people almost sacked you. Got out of, scrambled to the right, bro. And for those who don't know, the CFL field is bigger than the NFL, right? Bro, you threw a dot over the shoulder, like over two DBs, bro. It was on the money. I'm like, still doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, how much? Because I see you, you know, you posting, like you said, your work ethic has changed. How much has have you poured into your body? And then my follow-up question is that you said how you had to learn how to manage your money, right? How much education or who did you put around as far as to help you do that, managing your money?
Yeah. You know, honestly, I don't have like a financial advisor or anything like that because I felt like when I was in the CFL, I wasn't making big money like NFL, so I felt like I didn't really need to, and I didn't want to have to pay another person. I
Mm-hmm.
just start doing common sense, bro. Like I'm like, okay, every month, this is what I gotta pay: car, mortgage, child support, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Rent over here. Like I know I gotta have a certain amount of money to pay these things, my phone bill, internet, like, and so if I didn't have play money, then I don't got play money. It's just about responsibilities, bro. It's about just growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's growing up, and it takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time, and the more kids I had, the more money I knew I had to have. So it's like I better start working harder on the off season, grinding, keep being one of the highest paid in the league, so I can take care of my responsibilities and still have fun and take my kids to these fun places that I never had to do or I never got to do growing up. You know what I'm saying? I love spoiling my kids and taking them places and resorts and flights and all this stuff, bro, because, you know, we can, but it's about the responsibilities first, putting that aside, boom, boom. And a lot of the times, too, especially athletes, we're blessed, you know, professional athletes, you know, I'll get a bonus in the off season and I'll be like, January through June, I need this much amount of money from all my bills. So I know, okay, boom, that y'all coming over here. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know each month when I get paid, that's for that. And that's it. Just managing, bro. Um, Not making crazy millionaire money. So, like I said, I didn't need a financial advisor. So, y'all figure out what's important, what's not. You know what I'm saying? That's it. At the end of the day, y'all viewers.
That's awesome,
Give my
bro.
boy Aaron a massage, bro. He over there rubbing his neck. He got a crook in his neck. Boy, need a
Man, for
massage.
real. Man. I'm on one, bro. My whole back just went out on me.
Chiropractor.
Man, I need one. No, but hey, bro, we got dogs from the city. We got amazing athletes from the city.
I just seen
But
Bull up. He took that pick. I'm watching on the couch like, look at Dina, pick 6, Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer. I
yeah.
he keeping that. I said, that's hard, bro. I love seeing that stuff. I know Darnay's still doing his thing. Is David Long still? He's
Yep. He
Yep.
just got surgery, so he's straight. But we got two Dina kids out there at Houston Texans. Miles Bryant and
yeah.
we got Miles Bryant and they got a whole Cali team.
And then Bryce Young, he from Dina, ain't he?
Exactly.
Yeah. He from Pasadena. You know, he stayed on the street in Pasadena. That's what I was told. But I mean, like you just did, you named a few. You named a plethora of guys, bro. I just want to say, outside the city, who are your top 5 athletes that you've played with?
That I played with outside the city. Outside of the city or in this, like, because we got dudes.
Because you can say like,
Marquise Garrett to like real
Dennis
athletes.
Rufus.
Make it out in the city.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when I say played, I mean like guys on their levels, but not from Pasadena.
Not from Pasadena. Okay. I mean, I just gotta throw Coop in there just because he's a dog. Like he a dog. He did what he did.
He can come to Robinson.
Yeah, he come down there.
He can come get that work.
Get busy. Braylon Addison. He played receiver for me at Oregon, and he been in the CFL for the last 10 years too with me. So he's still up there too doing his thing. He's just an Army Swiss knife, bro. He played running back, quarterback, receiver. He do everything. Punt return, going crazy. Athletes, bro. Like Shaq Thompson. I didn't play with him, but I played against him. Linebacker from UW. Played a long time for the Panthers, Carolina Panthers. I forget who we play for right now.
Bills.
But that dude was.
Yeah, he played for Josh Allen,
bro. Like he was. I remember the first play of the game. Y'all can look it up. Like I'm doing the drop back. I'm running to the sideline, thinking about the find spot. He ran me down. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. 3. Oh shit, here we go. So him, Chris Peters, he was a corner. I played against him too. I think he's from Sacramento, up there, corner at Washington. And I can't really, as far as athletes, like that's pretty much them 4 right there. Like they dudes, and they all, I think, in the NFL. Yeah, except for Braylon.
Yeah, who are 5 guys? Who are your 5? Who are your 5 athletes that you've seen play overall? Favorite, like from childhood to
look, bro. Austin Lacey, rest in peace. My boy was like that. Basketball, football, not so much in baseball, but basketball and football, like that. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Rufus, like that. Dude, Marquise Garrett, like that. Boy,
baseball,
football, yes, bro. Track, like that. And then the last 2, Alan Blades, Jordan Canada. Like Jordan ended up playing at DeWardy, and then he went to Montana. But yeah, bro, them is all the dudes. Jordan was the only one I think who went to college out of all those dudes. Yeah, but them.
Dennis.
I was saying Dennis. Oh yeah, Dennis. Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Dennis went to Lindenwood.
Yeah. I tried to get him to Eastern Washington, bro. I'm like, bro, come up here. But he was at San Jose State at first, and some craziness was going on. They ended up dropping him before the year was up. And I'm like, bro, you should just came up here. You would have played. He would have been like one of the first dudes playing offense and defense. My coach was like, we want him, and we want him playing offense and defense, bro. I'm talking to Dennis like, hey, I'm about to call you back in 2 minutes. I'm being my head coach office, bro. I'm going to call you in 2 minutes. He's like, bet. I go to office. This nigga not answering, bro. He not answering. I'm like, and he leaving San Jose and he think he gonna get a bigger one. I'm like, bro, just come up here. Like offense and defense for us. And sure, we could have went for the lead from here. Shit, Coop did it. KB, Kendrick Bourne did it. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a few guys did it up at Eastern. So yeah, bro. I always tell him about that all the time, bro. And that's my oldest son, goddad too.
Man, that's crazy, man. Man, BA, we ain't gonna hold you any longer, bro. Can you tell people what you got going, man? And bro, you know, I don't know how many more years you want to go, but bro, what's next after you done with football,
Go
bro?
15. Go 15.
Yeah, I'm definitely I could hit that for sure. I'm 33, just turned 33 a couple weeks ago. Like I said,
Yeah, we the same age, man. You ain't had no surgeries.
nothing.
Yeah, you're blessed, bro. What's up with they so let me say, man, and this is like boy to boy, homie to homie. This should be like some locker room talk, but fuck that. I think you should be in the NFL, bro. They gave Phillip Rivers an opportunity. I think they give you an opportunity regardless of anything. You at least go for a practice squad or something like that. What are the odds of you going
I would
out
have won
for a
them a game
practice?
at least. I would have won them a game. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like we would have won at least one of them 3 games. Like, come on, bro. Like, I would have did that. That was definitely politics, bro. He 44. There's plenty of other quarterbacks out there that could have gave you a better chance at winning a game, bro. Like, he came in, got 40, 50,000 a check for 3 weeks. 1 week he didn't even play, bro. It's like you taking him from another man or whatever, you know. Like,
He
you
got that
already solid.
insurance. He got that insurance. He needed that insurance. It was about to run out. His
Exactly.
old ass. His insurance was running out in 3 days.
I ain't hating on him, but that's one of them things where it's the politics and who you know type.
That's where you privileged, bro. That
Right.
ain't who you know or nothing like that. That's privilege.
That
Because
is.
you see the question I'm asking,
Yeah.
why they didn't bring Big Play VA, who then set plenty of records in the CFL, competed with guys, threw for 700 against a bunch of, threw for what, 400 against a bunch of NFL guys that's now in the league.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you, you get what I'm saying? So, man, I just say, man, like, what are the, and like you said, it's leverage, it's people you know, it's resources and stuff like that. But can we possibly see VA with a on a practice squad? Can we possibly see that in the NFL with your agency and things like that with who you're dealing with?
Yeah, nah, I don't think so. Usually the NFL, when they stop looking at guys, is the 28-year-old range. You know, I think the Colts were like they started off great and they were in the hunt for playoffs. I think so. If they would have won 2 of the 3, maybe they would have got in. Phillip Rivers played his last season there. He was familiar with the OC. I think that was more, it's politics, but it's like, okay, he was the last quarterback to play here. At least he knows our offense. If we win 1 or 2 of these games, we're getting in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was, you know, but for everybody else, it's like the NFL stops looking at CFL guys, UFL guys at the age of 28. They're like, okay, they're getting too old. We get these younger guys. So at this point, like I said, I'm 33. CFL, I'm fine. You know, staying up there. I need to go get me a championship so I can really solidify my name. I've done everything else. Been an all-star, thrown for 5,000 yards, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just need to get me a championship, solidify myself, and we'll see where it goes after that. You know, I do want to coach my kids in high school. My oldest son will be, high school about 3-4 years. So hopefully I can get one before then, and then I can shoot. I'll be cool. I'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I'm not thinking about retirement. I'm grinding. I work out every day. You know, we up at 5 a.m. Breakfast Club, getting right, 2.5-hour workout. Little break, go hit the field for like an hour and a half. Boom, go train some folks, sauna. All this is a routine that I do every single day. You know what I'm saying? Getting the word and just try to be a better human, better father, better son, better man, just better quarterback every day. You know what I'm saying? Just chasing greatness. Um, and then when I'm done with football, man, I think I want to get into being a firefighter. I know it's a risky job, but any job's risky. You know what I'm saying? You could fall and break your neck. You could do anything at any moment in life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna be if I do that and accomplish being a firefighter, I know I'll be doing something where I'm saving people or helping people. And then the schedule's nice too. I got a couple firefighter buddies whose shit, work 3 days a week, 4 days off. You know what I'm saying? That's so much time that I can spend with my kids that I've missed. Like I said, I've been 10 years in the league. My oldest son is 11.
Yeah.
I got 3 babies with summer birthdays. My season is during the summer. So I've missed half of their birthdays. You know what I'm saying? So I feel very like, I'm like, damn, bro. But they also understand too that daddy chasing some greatness and it's what pay the bills. And we like coming to Canada and seeing the games too. So, you know, just trying to do it all and one day at a time with the Lord on my side, man, and leading me. And that's it, fellas.
Yeah, that's awesome. I do want to ask just one question because Aaron kind of brought it up. I know there's a quarterback. I cannot remember his name. He's in the CFL. I think he's a little older than you. He did have an opportunity. This is when the Vikings, and this is when he was at when Kirk Cousins was the quarterback, and he was talking about they brought him in, and then he was like he got cut or he left, and they asked him about it. He was like, they brought me there to just be the backup. He said I didn't feel comfortable doing that. He said I wanted to compete, but he was like, of course, Kirk Cousins is on this guaranteed deal. You know that's how business works. Do you think, because this is questions that people are like, hey, I'd rather be in the NFL, but it's like, would you rather play or be in be in the NFL? Can you give some perspective if you had an opportunity, right? Would you want to be a backup, rather third or second, right? Or be someone who I'm going to play in the CFL, right?
With you being 33.
With the age now. Can you give some perspective on that?
Yes, especially at an older age, anything over 28, bro. I already told myself I'm not going down there for no tryouts. I'm only going down for guaranteed money. I've played enough football. You guys see my film. Don't ask me to come down there and try out. Bo Levi Mitchell is who you're talking about. He was the quarterback before me at Eastern Washington. He won the national title. He hosted me, got me to Eastern Washington. Now he's in the CFL, still playing, been an MOP. He'll be a Hall of Famer first ballot. But yes, they told him, they said, what were your thoughts? And he was like, yeah, I want to come and compete. And they're like, oh no, like we want you to be the backup. And he's like, nah. That year he made what, 800,000 in the CFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's like starting QB money in the CFL is like backup
practice squad money.
No, it's more than practice squad money in the NFL. Is backup, like maybe 2-3, depending on 2-3, money in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Really like 2. So like me as a competitor, nah, I'm not going down to the NFL, going to a team that I know y'all drafted #1 overall, and I know y'all want me to just be the backup when I know I can be up here playing. I'm just too much of a competitor, bro. I ain't never let nobody take my spot. I ain't never none of that, bro. I ain't never been a backup for a whole year. If I was a backup, that was really off of politics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got hurt, then they brought a dude in, just some different things in the last few years in the CFL. But other than that, I have never lost a job straight up out of camp. Nothing, bro. I'm a competitor, bro. And I'm not gonna go, like I said, I'm not gonna go back down south just to hold the clipboard and then get what I was getting in the CFL as a starter. I'm gonna try to play as much as I can, get the experience, enjoy this stuff, and play the game that I love. So
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to you, man. Playing 11 years, man, in the Canadian Football League. That is truly a blessing. I believe you'll be a Hall of Famer as well, man. As long as you keep going on this path that you're going on, man, and like you said, man, it's one thing that you for sure gonna do. Quick question, bro. Do you all get incentives?
Oh yeah, we get incentives, but my contract not incentive based. I need my money, hard money. Like I said, I'm not. Listen, when you got leverage, they tried to hit me. They tried to hit me with 25 in incentives. I said, nah, coach, we're not doing that. We could do that to hard money, because that's what I got. I got the leverage. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it was. But yeah, we got incentives. And some people, I remember one year, one of my incentives, the year I was 4th on the depth chart, my incentive was 500 per touchdown. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think I was going to play. They was like, okay, boom. So I ended up starting by game 2. Every rushing touchdown, passing touchdown. check was going up, boy. I was like, yeah. So it was, I was aiming for 5 touchdowns a game. So yeah, it was good. So that was that on top of the money. So yeah, we got that sentence for sure.
Yeah, man, you was up there in BC with. I mean, Hamilton. Did you played in Hamilton, right?
I did training camp, but I didn't really play there.
Was you with Isaiah?
Isaiah
Wooden.
Malden?
Wooden.
Isaiah Wooden. Oh, yeah, but he was with me in BC.
Oh, that's right. That's
The
right.
returner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, he went to Southern Utah, didn't he?
He went to Dixie with me.
Oh yeah. He was
But
there
he went to Southern Utah though. He ended up transferring to Kent State, then he went to Southern Utah.
Yeah,
the Browns just picked him up.
I know. He was lighting. He was taking the kick returns back, boy. First against us, first game of the season. Zoom! I'm like, yeah, boy.
Hey, another California guy up there balling too, man. Kenny Lawler, man. Lawler. Did you have an opportunity to ball with him?
No, bro. I've always wanted to, bro. Every time he a free agent, I always talk to him. I'm always like, well, he always the highest paid receiver up here. So like every team I'm on, they just don't want to pay it for whatever reason, but somebody else will. So that's it. But he a dog though, bro. He's one of the. I always thought he was the best receiver up there.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man. It's crazy how small the football world is, man. But man, I just wanted to, man, give you thanks. Like I said, man, I look forward to you being a Hall of Famer in the CFL, man. I always, pray for my boy's success, man. I'm just as happy as y'all, man. As limited as we talk, man, I just want y'all to know I always send love out to y'all to make sure my boys is doing good, because it is good to see guys on the TV channel, man. It's good to see guys up there. And then in being in this field, man, it's kind of good to know that you have somebody that plays at a high level, so it gives you the ability to feel more resourceful to the youth. I think with the quarterbacks that I have in my I got all CFL quarterbacks from Southern Utah. So for me, and I'm talking about like would never try for the NFL or don't even have aspirations. If they go to the CFL, they're happy with that. So just having the ability to connect with guys like you, where kids are happy to know who you are, and kids are, happy to, just see who you are, bro. I really feel like that's something that we can't take away from, bro. I think we all doing something great in life. I think we all doing something that, pushes us to a point of success and greatness, bro. And I just want to thank you for, setting up your platform and always using your foundation to, bless others to, always believe in themselves and always inspire, bro. We always got to keep that going, man. As far as camps and stuff coming back 2026, man, we got to definitely put something back together, man. We love the youth, or even if we come up with a new name or something like that, man, we definitely got to do something for the city to allow the kids to know that, we all care for them.
That's it. I love to do that, man. Get with all the guys and do it again, man, because we do love the youth, man, and they it's all about the next generation. And one thing you said too, last thing I'm gonna say is, like, I be telling my kids all the time, believe. You gotta believe in yourself. Whether you think you can or you can't, you right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself. A coach gonna stop believing you. Teacher, whatever, but you gotta believe in yourself. That's it. You believe in yourself. You go work for it. Get that leverage. You're gonna get what you want. So,
all right. Yeah, man. Appreciate
you
it,
11
man.
years
Much
in that
love.
CFL, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. We really appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you, man. God bless you and your whole family.
Yes, sir, bro. Y'all mind if we pray it out?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Father God in heaven, thank you. Thank you for another day. Thank you for blessing us with the talents and abilities you bless us with, Father God. Thank you for our family members. Thank you for life. Thank you for the game of football. Thank you for this podcast these two men are doing, spreading awareness and helping the parents and the kids learn more about sport and things like that, Father God. We just want to ask you to keep watching over us, our family, our kids, our youth. Pray for better days in this world, Father God. And just thank you for all you've done for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
There it is, man. Big Play VA, man. Thank y'all for coming on tonight.
Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know when y'all dropping and everything.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Yep, we for sure will. I got you.
All right, fellas.
All right. Man, that's a good one. Big play, VA, Vernon Adams Jr., man. He shared a lot, bro. What was your takeover or your take from talking with VA, man?
That's my boy, man. That's my boy. We've been man, I remember we used to have, like I said, like I started off the conversation, bro, since I think sixth, fifth grade or something like that. Since we was kids, bro. I don't remember exact dates or times. I always thought I could be a quarterback up until I saw him, and we the same age,
Yo,
throw that ball. Um, I eventually ended up being a quarterback, but I didn't believe in myself as much as he did, and I could tell that. I could tell that at a young age. Um, so he's always believed in himself. He's always been a person to just know what his path is, bro. And I've always respected him along that way. And also, man, just having the same kind of friend group growing up, we kind of were all around the same friend group. So, um, and what's pretty interesting about that you rarely even hear, like when you have the same friend group, you normally hear drama. You hear everybody's drama here, back and forth. There, this, that, and the other. Um, we had a great friend group, bro, where everybody cared about each other. Where it wasn't necessarily any bad mouthing anybody. So like the people he named, Marquise Garrett, Dennis Rufus, Austin Lacey, man, there was a lot of people we was around, man, and that we all like, competed with, had trust with, and things like that. So man, I've been around him my whole life pretty much, man, and I'm proud of his success. I'm proud of where he's been, man. What you think about I know you're a little older than him, and you played for the Panthers as well. So y'all might have connected a later time in life. But what you think about reconnecting with him?
man. So I didn't know. I didn't know. I think the two things that stuck, Vern. Every time I see Vern since he was little, smiling. It's different when you see people, and then you talk to them. Vern's always been one who's smiling, but when it's time to work, it was time to work. But you know, I think his father, man, really changed his trajectory, bro, because um, he said he was a follower. Young Vern was a follower, and his dad guided him to Alameda, guided him to Eastern Washington. Career might be totally different, man. And I think that's a very powerful insight, especially what's going on in this day and age. As we talked about in our last segment, as far as parenting, man, how important that is to guide your children, rather they in or out the house, right? And then just the maturity. He said it was something that he had to figure out. As you can see, Vern, man, he liked to have fun, but at the same time, when it's time to go, man, I've seen him be that leader. I've seen him, when we was playing a flag football game, and he was like, "Hey, we need to do this, this, and this." That leadership role, but you can be who you are, but when it's time to lock in, lock in. So those are the two things that I took away. And yeah, bro, I think it was some great insight. Definitely some great insight, man. Definitely. Ah, man. We got you wanna two topics and get into these flags, man? You wanna go all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's do this. So what is two things that players should consider other than money when picking a destination when getting recruited rather out of transfer portal or high school? Two things, bro.
We talking about from high school to college
To college. Or
or
from
transfer
from
portal?
yeah, transferring from college to college.
Man, it's totally different now. You said besides money.
Besides money. Other than money. What
Oh,
is
so that
two?
takes out the factor. So you look at the landscape of the coaching. Um, nah, nah. Let me actually think upon this. Let me actually think upon this real quick because this is this fresh off the press. Um, what are two things? I think resources, become a decision. Resources become a factor in a decision. And when I say resources, I mean if you break every limb in your body, can you go get a job that's allowing you to make 500,000 a year from this college that you went to, just from being connected or being at this campus? On this campus. Did you do a good enough job of networking? I think that's one thing you look into. Um, so I would say resources and alumni um, being number one. But then another thing I would look into is if man, this might be ignorant, but the weather has a big factor. If it's me making a decision, like me personally, I think the weather, bro, like the weather and the landscape of the area has to definitely like. I just think the weather, like for me, I'm in Southern Utah, and I've been in Southern Utah. The sun is here every day, even when it's cold.
Oh,
I'm not getting myself around no snow. So I would say resources, network, which would be one total answer, and then weather, landscape of the area. Um, I would
I
say
think
weather. I wouldn't even say landscape of the area because you want to be in a like Southern Utah where it's nothing to do and you focus straight on what you came up there for.
yeah, yeah. No, I think them is good. I think it's real good. I think two things that
Sorry, you
people
broke.
gotta. I think two things that people gotta factor in is, your name and what that means, right? Can you build a legacy there? Um, and legacy can be in, either you transfer out every year to year. Is your name gonna mean something when you leave? Because you know once you're in the record books or once you accomplish something, this never can be taken. It doesn't matter if you was there for a short time or a long time. So your name got to be very important because there's integrity in your name. Like we mentioned last time, your name is more important than any money that you'll make, especially outside of football. So if your name is not just not good for your name, probably you don't need to go there. And then time. And what I mean by that, you kind of alluded to it. Is it going to be enjoyable where you at? Are you actually going to have a good time? Are you actually going to maximize the time with the coaches that's helping you develop, become the person or player on the field? If those two things don't align, probably probably should reconsider, man. Probably could reconsider. So name and time for me. Name and time. Yeah. Um this the second question, bro. It's not so much in football, but it is because football you have to be there 3 years. Basketball you can one and done. Could it be possibly detrimental for a coach to tell a player to go to professional early? So prime example, I'm just using him as an example. I don't know. Zion Williamson, Coach K told him like, "Hey, you need to go," and he said, adamantly, he was like, "Man, Coach, I want to stay." He's like, "Bro, you maximize yourself here. Go to the NBA." But his what he's done on the basketball court is for sure he has the talent. But away from the court, he keeps running into these issues. So with that example, do you think it's detrimental for coaches to give that advice to tell their players to leave just because they have the physical talent but may not be mature enough to handle that?
Now, I don't think any coach should tell a player what to do. I think every coach should always suggest, and your suggestions are not you adamantly telling a kid you should or like this, that, and the other. But another thing that people have to also think about is basketball has been a one and done business for so long that you might be a detriment to the program if you stay again, especially with being in a program like Kentucky, Duke, or those programs that have been over the years going one and done. So you could be a detriment to the program. But to answer the question, yes, I feel like if a coach is telling you what to do, anybody outside of God and your parents guiding you, I feel like should be prayed about. Especially with a coach saying you should leave after a year when he has another number one guy coming in here and it makes him look good for business. So it's just I think that it is very detrimental for a coach to, in a sense, quote unquote, kick a player out of the program and allow them to go get money before understanding how the money is going to allow them to act or how they're going to act when they do get these things, regardless if you're a number one pick or not. Um, I think if you're a number one pick the first year and you don't get hurt, you could be a number one, you could be a top five pick the next year
Mm.
with NIL and you staying back in college, like we just said, man, college is a lot more fun. College is less political. So you get, you kind of get that, you kind of get that 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts on that, man. What you think about that?
I think it definitely can be detrimental, man, because everybody's background, upbringing is different, right? And college gives you that structure, it gives you that discipline. And just using, Zion's example, uh, you no longer have that now in the NBA. Man, you got the freedom to do whatever you want, and you got the money. So it's like nobody's telling me I'm getting up. I have to get up. Nobody's telling me I have to. Uh, I have to eat this. I have to eat that. And I think the coaches should advise. I definitely think you should just suggest, advise your players if you think that's best. But at the same time, I think you give some resources. I don't think it, and who knows if this conversation has happened. I'm not saying Coach K in this example. I'm not saying he didn't do this, but if you're gonna do that, like man, here are some people who can help you along this journey, right? Here are some people that can, stay tapped in. Because regardless of how good of a relationship you have with the coach, and the coach like, man, you need any help, reach out. How many people when they doing something wrong or prior to them doing something wrong, they're gonna reach out to the coach. They're not going to most likely gonna happen after the fact, right? So it's like we need to, as coaches, as trainers, as people outside of their parents, right? Because sometimes the guardians aren't around to help in these decisions. And sometimes the parents don't even understand because they, like Vernon said, it's first time, you know, for them to ever do anything. So their parents only have so much insight that they can share. So the people who do understand, they need to also get some resources. Like, look, here are some people we have to set around this team for you to keep this in place. And I know that's hard in all sports to really get to know each player, but I think you got to have a relationship too to understand, like, hey, uh, I believe you should go, but where you at, character maturity wise, you're not ready. But hey, I'm just being honest with you. You can do what you want, make the best decision for yourself. But yeah, I definitely think the coaches have some responsibility as far as telling the truth, um, both for business and for their personal life, helping these young men and women make the best decisions for themselves. Of course, each athlete is responsible for themselves as well. So that's definitely not a cop out, though. Definitely not a cop out. Yeah, yeah, bro. So these topics has been coming up as far as I see only coaches in the college talking about this, mainly college football and college basketball. John Calipari also mentioned it. What do you think about these? They are calling it these NIL or street agents in college. What do you think about them?
Man, I might be one in the next couple weeks, so I'm not gonna speak too down on it. But if I could open up an opportunity for another kid by just having a resource and allowing myself an income, why not? Especially if all I gotta do is talk. Um, I don't see why not. Especially if this person is willing to share this NIL and they came to me and they said, "Hey, I need some help, man. I'm about to go in the transfer portal. I need you to talk to so and so over at New Mexico State or something. Man, I'll give you $800 or whatever it is. Of course, we're not talking. Of course, I'm just throwing numbers and figures out there. But if that's all he needs, then why would? And I'm in a position to do that. Why wouldn't I help him? So technically, a street agent or a friend or a roommate or somebody like that, all you doing is connecting somebody to somebody else to open up an opportunity that somebody else wants. I don't think it's a problem. I think it is a problem when they start putting a fee behind this like they're official. That's where the problem comes in at. Like where they're the people who are yearning for the NIL money, like, yeah, I do this, but I charge this. Like, no, we're not doing that, man. This kid got all the resources. Because technically, a kid is the one that might send you all the contacts. Because he had them when he was a 3-4 star, whenever he had them or whenever it was. Or you might just be the one that's connected and the kid needs that help. And now you feel like you got some leverage and you like, look, well, if they offer you this in NIL, then I need this. Those people that's putting a price on it, man, I think they taking advantage of. They just trying to get it. They just trying to get a piece of the pie. I think if somebody approaches you asking you for their help, that's when you become a street agent. That's when you open up your network, open up your network of resources and things like that you have for other kids. I mean, like, what you think about it? I think it's honestly something that is it's always been going on, truth be told, because before the transfer portal, how did Vernon Adams know that Oregon was going to do certain stuff for him? So somebody had to have a leak. Somebody had to tell him, or it was some illegal business going on, and they was doing some straight right across the board talking and wasn't supposed to be talking. So I think it's actually good, bro. I don't think the coaches should be hating on it, but I also think that you don't put a price on it though, bro. Like I don't think you should be putting a price on like
So it's gonna be free?
no, it's not free, but what I'm saying is if you're not official, if all you doing is if I'm using my resources, I'm charging. If you come to me with the resources and just need to get out of Dodge, let's make an agreement. But what you think about it, bro? I know it's for me. That's what I think, bro. I don't think it's man. It goes both ways because then you want to put a price on it because it can become a business. It is a business.
So this is what I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. First of all, we gotta stop saying people not legit in doing something. If the people who have degrees in certain fields aren't getting results, let's use this prime example. There is a person who has a degree or has a certification and they train, let's say physical training, but their body has never looked like what they're trying to get people to do. And then here's a person who they played sports their whole life. They have followed a regimen and their body looks the same as you desire as a person, rather male or female. And who you gonna go to? And they have results for other people. Who you gonna go to?
Me personally, I'm going to the person with the most results.
So this is the only time that we try to discredit people is when, oh, you don't have a degree in this and that. You don't need no degree. If you understand how things work and you are connected, so it's only these people, it's only the coaches who are trying to downplay, because at one point in time, let's take this to the coaching realm. You was a high school coach. Now you're a college coach. But at one point in time, nobody knew who you was. Oh, these high school coaches is, trying to head coach, we should be running this play. Why he listening to you? He don't know you a high school coach. You a 7-on-7 coach. But guess what? Somebody gave you an opportunity where you worked your way up, and now you're a head coach or you in a position. We got to stop trying to knock people. We got to stop trying to knock people because it's not how society wanted to look. We in a day and age where everything you had to go through somebody. In order to shoot a movie, you had to go to sign a production company or something like that. You can make a movie on YouTube and it be loved. You can shoot your own movie from your camera. They don't like that because you're not going through them. They can't make money off of you.
Mm-hmm.
You could start your own show as we doing right now. You had, in order for you to be seen, you had to go to media and had to get picked up. In order for you to make music, it wasn't all, but for your music to be distributed, you had to sign with somebody. You no longer have to do that, and it's disrupting what everybody knows. That's why they dislike it. And that's honestly, let's keep it a G. If you know what somebody making and the player, because football, basketball, sports in general, this is all data driven, right? If you be like, this person is getting $1 million and this person's stats, rather if this is my cousin, whatever it is, and their stats is better than them, you don't think they deserve money? Come on, bro. It's not rocket science. So I we need to stop trying to downplay people. Now I don't know what's going on right with some people. It might be out of hand, but for the most part, we got to stop trying to downplay what these people, the relationships they do know, because there's some people who are connected with people. And then at the end of the day, it's not hard. It's not hard with what people are doing anyway, straight up. So real talk, I don't like it. And of course, we talked about the integrity. If your heart is not right, um, you know, doing business with these kids. But I think it's also good for the kids because they also are learning business for themselves, as we talked about.
Oh,
So
you
I
don't
have no problem.
like it?
Hmm?
Oh,
What'd you say?
you said no problem with it.
Yeah, it's no. I have no problem with it. No problem at all.
Yeah, I'm cool. Shit, if it's something, but like what I'm saying is, if somebody came to me, I'm not gonna tell them I have a business and put a price tag on it. That's what I'm saying. Like
You
if
don't.
somebody
But you don't
said,
need to tell
"Hey,
them. You don't need it. You don't need to tell them you got a business. You can charge them though.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying," like that's how I would like. I wouldn't like, "Hey, you still in contact with that coach?" Yeah, I'm still in contact with him, man. Like if I can't guarantee you nothing, but if we get something guaranteed and you happen to work out an NIL deal, you just look out for me.
Yeah, that's you didn't have to do that. I mean, shoot, do business as business is being done. We talk about that, man. Bro, we got Miami, we got Indiana. What is your thoughts, bro? First of all, on the college football playoff, and then this upcoming championship game.
Man, I think these are two deserving teams in the championship. Um, I like stuff like this. I like the way it is because nobody would, in their right mind, would have guessed these two teams would be in a national championship game at the end of the year.
Uh,
I love the thrill of that. Um, I also like how it's in Miami, and Miami is in it. Um, that's another good thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So Miami gonna show up. The 305 gonna show up, man. I really am excited about this college football playoff, man. I really love how I love the fact that, like I said in the beginning, bro, it's two teams we would have never have guessed been in there, but two teams that deserve to be there. Um, I've been kind of on the fence, bro. I've been trying to be. I know he won the Heisman, and I know Mendoza is, and I know they guys, lower level guys, and all the antics and things like that. Um, nah, bro, forget it. I'm taking Indiana because it's hard to beat a team that makes zero to no mistakes. It is very hard. And I'm talking about from the dumbest to the smartest player, they don't make mistakes. They play sound football, bro. And being in Miami, We home, 3:05, energy going, house rocking. Man, it's about to be so much adrenaline going up in there. I think the adrenaline that I'm talking about is not controlled adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about adrenaline where your auntie, your uncle, your granddad, everybody at the game to where it's like, I'm going all out on this play right now. Grandma here, this grandma last game. Um, so I feel like Indiana, they don't necessarily have that to stress over. They don't have that. I don't think they ever even had that to stress over. And they undefeated. They have not lost a game all
Who,
year.
who has it?
Indiana.
Oh yeah.
Indiana's undefeated. Dream 14, Kevin Mills. Man, what you think, bro? What you think about the college football playoffs?
So the playoffs, I thought it was cool. This is why you let people in, man. It all no, like you said, nobody thought Indiana and Miami was gonna get there. Nobody thought this matchup would be. But getting to that matchup itself, it's bro, it was a lot of people, and we talked about how the playoffs was gonna expose some coaching. A lot of coaches got exposed, man. A lot of coaches got exposed. We talked about in our prior shows how, the experience and coaching, man, some of that stuff didn't matter. It did not matter. Um, and you saw it from Indiana blowing out everybody they played. And then, you know, winning the turnover battle, which is major in college football, and sports in general. You can't turn over the ball. Now, getting to the championship game, this is tough, man. I think Indiana, their culture, their the way they play, sound football, right? They have the athletes, regardless of the stars. Can they beat a hot Miami team that I don't think they have the best team as far as scheme and stuff like that, but at the same time, they are playing lights out. I don't think they're like I don't think they're playing their best football, but they're playing. They just hot right now. They're hot. They got their energy. Like my coach used to say, "Piss is hot right now," whatever that means. But yeah, so they playing with attitude. Let's see what happens. It would be awesome. It would be awesome to see Miami because growing up, 2000,
That's what we
2001.
seen. Willis
You feel
McGahee,
me?
Irving, like they had the visors. Everybody. The reason why we start winning 3-bar Dickersons was because Clinton Portis,
Yeah.
um,
Fred Taylor.
Brad Taylor, everybody over there weren't like they
So
had guys, bro.
it would be awesome to see them back on top because it's been a long, long, long time. But it would be also great to see Indiana, who has the most losses in college football, to win a championship and go undefeated though. So it's a
That
lot
would
on
be
line, bro.
crazy. It's a toss up.
It would be.
What are the bets? What are the bets? What's it looking like with the bets? Over,
Man,
under?
I don't even look. I don't look. I don't pay attention to that.
I
It's
don't
probably
either. So that's why
gonna
I
be
thought
stupid.
you did.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna be stupid. So, bro, we got a flag or no flag, bro. I thought
Flag
this
or
was
no flag.
I thought it was a good one. So this first one, right? And
Oh
you ain't
no.
have no kids
Yes,
yet,
no.
but you know you've been in this situation before. It is,
I don't think I ever been in this situation, but I've done this to kids that I was mad at. I've done this. Like I
oh,
wasn't
no.
the one on the other side. I was the one that was the one that I was the janky one.
So
Yeah.
is it a flag to pick up your child with their friends or their cousins, and you only feed your child? Is that a flag, man?
That's a flag. That's a flag.
And
That's
why?
a flag.
Why is it a flag?
Kids are hungry, dude. Don't just pick up one kid and just and if you do like and if you do if you get a 10-piece chicken nugget, split it up. Everybody get one or two or three, split it. If the finances is low, we'll figure it out. But bro, don't just buy one person food, bro. You are about to be looked at like you're what are you doing? So I've been on the other side of the spectrum where I didn't bought kids something and the other kid, all the way home. I'm telling him, yeah, see, this just you didn't get that because of this. And yeah, he don't share with him either. Don't even share because he can't
You
even.
teaching them a lesson?
It was a lesson. It was a lesson to be taught. But ultimately, I think like if you're not teaching a lesson, that's a flag, bro. Every child, no child gets left behind over here.
Yeah.
What you think, man? Flag or no flag, man? If I come and I pick and like how flag or no flag, man? If you pick your nephews, your nieces up, and you only feed your son,
Yeah, that's a flag, man. It's a flag. But you can understand though, and I'll tell the story, because it's been times, my mom or my dad will pick me up and they we was hungry, my mom or dad offer, are you hungry, of course, and they feed. But it was one time I was starving in this high school and I was like, Mom, can we go get something to eat? And my mom, she, and my friend was with us, and he lived down the street, so she got us some food. She dropped him off. She said, Arness, don't you ever ask again. She was like, don't you ever ask nobody in front of me or about getting some food. Either I'm gonna offer it, or I was like, all right, cool. So I it was just funny because I'm not even thinking about like she gotta pay for my friend. I'm not even thinking about that at all. That's not even my
nah, you
mindset.
only thinking about your stomach.
Yeah, because my stomach touched my back at this point, and you feel me.
Mm-hmm.
And now being a father, having my own kids, and then they being with their friends or cousins, it's like, man, you got to feed everybody. So yeah, that's definitely a flag, man. Definitely a flag.
Yeah,
That's
I even sometimes fall into offering what y'all want. That's the
no,
worst
no,
thing you can.
you tripping.
That is the worst thing you can do.
Nah, hey,
Yeah,
we
and
do
I don't
we
have
go right
kids,
over
but I'm
here.
pretty much. I don't have kids, but I be around kids enough to know how to treat kids and know how to act with kids to know like you know I'm very good with kids, bro. So for me, it's just like, damn.
Oh
I was
man,
teaching a lesson at that point in time, bro. But I'm not about to just pull up and go to McDonald's and get my son a chicken sandwich if his friends is in the car. I just like for me that ruins a friendship because now next time the parent is like, oh no, you can't hang out with them no more. Then like, wait, so you went to the and they didn't buy you nothing to eat? Man, I used to have a friend that used to have to eat before he came over, so he didn't like. You feel me? And that could be pride. It could be pride involved as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be going over there acting like you homeless or hungry, but it's not that, parents. It's really not that. It's just that they got way different stuff in there that we didn't even think about. Like they got sweets and we don't even
It's
eat
8 o'clock.
sweets. And they got like, damn, they got like 5 boxes of cereal.
yeah.
We got like 3 boxes of cereal here. So I mean, it's just like it's not necessarily a thing where kids is like begging or anything like that. It's just shoot when they go over other people's house, they want to try other things, and it just so happened that that secret vault in their stomach just so happened to open up.
Yep. Man, that's funny. So it's all right. Now we're gonna talk about kind of relationships again. Now,
Flag or
uh,
no flag, man. Let us know if it's a flag or no flag.
is it a flag or no flag to have a woman who your girl, your wife, whatever, who talks too much and it gets you in trouble? Is that a flag or no flag? And sometimes it don't need to get you. It doesn't get you in trouble. She just talks too much.
Yeah, I think any woman that talk too much will get you in trouble. Um, any woman that's talking without factual basis, like without talking from intelligence, without talking from her brain or from her heart, I think will get you in trouble. So that's a flag, bro. I know Dylan Gabriel had a situation where his wife came out and tweeted, or his lady came out and tweeted something, like a personal conversation that they was having inside the locker room or the house or something like that, and it just was something that she wasn't supposed to say. But then everybody put that jacket on her like she talked too much just because she came out with that. So I think any woman that talk too much, bro, any woman or man, I'm not even just saying women, forget the women. I think men have a tendency to talk just as much as women, just depending on how they was raised. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, bro, I think men and women. I think any man or woman that talk too much, that's a flag.
Yeah.
It's trouble or no trouble. I think if you talk too much, that's a flag, especially if you're not voicing like knowledge, or like if you're not helping a situation or healing, or like, you know.
So I think it's a flag only if it leads to you always having to defend or possibly have to get in physical altercation. Other than that, I think it's a flag on both male and female. Just speaking too much in general, giving out too much, not moving with discretion. But if it's leading for a woman, if it's leading to um, like
Drama.
yeah, drama, yeah, that's definitely a flag. And
Yeah, women are doing that.
I got a situation, and bro, this is my friend. He told me the story. When he told me the story, I couldn't stop laughing when he was telling me. So, uh, he just met this girl. Family time in the snow. So they go up to the snow, right? And he said he was somewhere, and his girl at the time was somewhere else, but he saw that she's talking to this person, so he don't know what's going on. As he said, he gets closer, you know uh he's like, hey, well, what's going on. Then of course he got to impress her, he got to stand up, this is fairly new. Hey,
Wait, they all with each other?
no, so the person is not with them that she's arguing with. You feel me? So it's his girl, him,
Him and
and
his girl together, and she's arguing with somebody else.
yes, and she at this point in time she had a child too. So you feel me? This is fairly new. This is like family time. Like, hey, see if this is gonna work. So she's arguing with someone separate, a bigger person than he is, right? And he come over and he's like, hey, babe, relax, try to figure out what's going on. And she is, talking. She wolf tickets, right? And now he got step in, the dude like, hey man, check your girl, this and that, blah blah. He like, hey, trying to calm down the situation. But from the outside looking in, it might look like they about to get an altercation. So he said that one of the guy he's arguing with saw this, don't know what's going on, just came in and rushed him, right? Rushed him from from behind. We talk about in the snow. So they fighting and everything, go down the hill, boom. He said he hit him. He said another dude came though, and like once he was on top of him, he said another dude put him in a sleeper hold. He said he almost tapped out his he said he almost tapped out in the snow. And he was like, there was nobody help him. It was nobody help him. Like I said, it's not funny, but after it was all said and done, right? He was hot because he's like, man,
He rolling around in the snow. He cold. He freezing his hands. He wish he could slap somebody or like thaw out. He wish he could thaw out.
So not only is he embarrassed because he almost got put to sleep, because and at the same time, her child is there. He's seeing all of this, but it's not his fault though either, because it's more so her fault.
He
And,
talking.
and so now this ride home, he hot. Like, man, I told you, like this and that, blah blah.
Shut your ass up. Always talking. Look, now you're gonna make me get passed out in the snow. These niggas almost drown me in snow.
Oh man, so
Yeah, that is a flag. We should have threw a flag back then.
oh man, so
That's actually messed up.
it is.
That's actually messed up. That's unnecessary targeting. Get her ass out the game. Nigga, what? Get her ass out the game.
But it's dudes really dealing with this. Like they constantly gotta fight because they girl put them in that situation.
And that was at HS when that was in high school when so and so was messing with so and so, and yeah, no, that's not happening in your adult life. Like, I honestly think everybody needs to understand if you're not married, there is somebody else out here for you. You don't need to be fighting for a relationship or in a relationship.
Sure.
If you got kids, that's where you do either one or the other. You fight for the relationship, and if she ain't letting you fight for the relationship, you might have to get in a fight to keep your relationship and keep somebody away from your kids. But yeah, man, that's a flag on her. She need to shut her ass up. And she actually shouldn't have been arguing on the trip and all that extra shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, forget all that, bro. Forget all that. You're not finna come out here on this trip and mess up the trip before we get on the trip.
Family day ruined.
Family day ruined, and we trying shit out. We already was experimenting from the jump, and now you up here. The fuck? No, hell nah, nigga. I'm not doing that. Straight out.
Oh man, that's too funny, man. Too
Yeah,
funny.
I'm not. That's a flag. She better shut her ass up.
Just imagine, bro. Because I can only imagine if you married to that too. Like, bro, like, bro, I gotta fight everywhere I go. This is dumb.
Yeah, nigga, get on celebrity boxing then.
You-
Call Jake Paul. Call them that's doing all that fighting and shit. Cause nigga, you got a lot of testosterone built up, and go let that shit out. Cause nigga, we ain't finna be sitting over here fighting random people just because your girl, she got you on a leash. Nigga, every time she lets you off of it, you can't control yourself.
but the worst part, if
Like
you
that
ain't no
growing up.
fighter,
Somebody like that growing up.
the
Somebody
worst
was
part,
all
the worst part, if you're not a fighter, so every time she talk, you gotta fight, and you be getting beat up all the time.
Oh yeah, that is the worst. And you always hit them with the here we go again.
Hey,
Keisha Cole,
man.
here we go. Here we go again. Yeah.
Oh,
Sick. Oh
sick.
yeah. We're not
Sick.
doing that.
Be
And
careful,
if I'm
fellas.
not up to par, if I'm not up to par, I'm not serious when I say this. But bitch, if you know I can't fight, I'm fighting your ass. You got me fucked up. Cause these niggas over here is serious. They really coming to fight. I can't fight. And you gonna get me into some shit. I'm fighting you. I'm using you as a shield. Every time a nigga swing or throw a punch, I'm
Oh man.
hell yeah, I'm
Espe-
a move right there. Look, shit,
Especially if it be the biggest person too. Oh, bro,
keep
that
talking.
be.
Here, nigga, take her. I told you, take her.
Oh
I just
man.
don't let it be fresh and new. Don't let it be a month of us talking and we going out. Oh, nigga, I'ma disappear on her so quick.
As you
This
should
I
though.
can't
As you
fight.
should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't that I can't fight. It's just that I'm not protecting something I shouldn't have to protect at this point in time.
Facts.
Yeah, man, I'm not about to be doing that. You was the same person, and it's crazy. The question came from you, because you was the same person that told me, like, look, bro, if your girl get into something and she gets into that and she feels like she gonna call you and put it all on you, that's not your responsibility. That's not my responsibility, man.
That's not my
Yeah,
job.
I can come pick you up if you got your tire flat, but I'm not paying for a new tire.
Mm-hmm. That's not my job.
You go do that because you got yourself in that situation. That's not my job.
Oh, oh man, that's
You better find it. You better figure it out. Yeah, a woman knowing that I can't fight, and you always going out, and we always gotta fight. Yeah, I'm end up fighting you.
yep,
Straight out.
exactly,
We gonna end
exactly.
up being in domestic violence. We gonna end up being in a case where they're gonna be like, didn't they come here together? Did y'all see they came here? They walked in with each other. Now they walking out. She went down that way. He went down this way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, she'll get you knocked out. She'll get you duct taped.
he gonna get you killed ultimately because
She'll get you
you
killed
get
for it.
enough hits. You get enough hits. It's
And
you like a
forget the
boxer.
hits, nigga. A nigga that can't fight is running. He better be blazing. He's getting out of every fight. He's down the street quick. I'm out of here. Then he's gonna hide. Then he gonna call her like, look, you better, you better not come down this way. Or and then if it's gonna keep happening because she like, nigga, you ran last time. You ran last time. You didn't even help me.
You gotta
Do it
hear
again.
that.
Watch what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this time. I'm gonna be even faster this time.
Hey, you got bro.
I'm running through glass.
That's an issue, bro. You gotta get out of there, man. You gotta get out of
Yeah.
there. Yeah, bro. That's a good one, man. But those are flags. All right. So, bro, man, this is a wrap on Flag on the Culture, bro. Bro, another good one as always, Aaron, man. Another good one. Ah, man. Folks, remember,
Another good one.
like and subscribe to the channel, man. You know, make sure you guys are commenting, man. And as we said, much love and appreciation to all. Y'all don't understand. This is, something we look forward to doing. This is like therapy when we get to talk things out that's on our mind. But we know, to keep it transparent and share a game with the young and with some parents as well, man. So we appreciate the support, appreciate the love to appreciate VA, man, for hopping on. Big time to have him on. Uh, and then we continue to do big things, bro. We continue.
Yeah, man. Flag on the culture, man. That's it. That's all we got for y'all, man. Want y'all to comment, subscribe, like, go follow our YouTube page, man. Also, when we post our videos on Instagram, make sure y'all comment and, interacting, man. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for y'all. It is therapy, but it's therapy for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all more than welcome to join the session. So, flag on the culture, man. Also, hold people accountable you around. Throw flags on them, man. This is just not a YouTube podcast. We want you throwing flags on people in real life, man. We want you really holding people that you around accountable, man. So definitely understand how to approach the situation, but that's kind of, how we kind of developed this show is, us holding each other accountable, as well as wanting to hold the culture accountable. So shout out to Big Play VA, man. Legend, legend from the city, legend overseas, legend at Eastern Washington, legend at Oregon. It's not too many people that have made their name all over the place, man. And he's one that done it. He's done it at a high level. He's done it at almost every level. So shout out to Big Play VA for being our special guest on Flag on the Culture, man. Thank you, Coach Ike Arness, man. That's a wrap for the day, man.
Right, man. All right, Eric. Talk to you.
Yes.